All right, so I'm about to pull my motor and transmission. Obviously I've already gotten all this off. The rest of the video will show how I got to this point, but yeah, just a brief overview. So here it is. It's a 327 out of a 65 Corvette, I believe. It was either a Corvette or a Chevelle, but it's a 65 motor, 327. It's bored 30 over with a 502 roller cam in it. I've rebuilt it once, but last time I didn't take the front end off, but wanted to make it a little bit easier because I'm pulling the motor and transmission this time. But yeah, so here it is. I've got a bunch of old stuff I'm going to be upgrading and replacing some parts, but stay tuned and I'll show you how I got to this point. And then I'll show you once I start pulling it. All right, so I just started disassembling the front end of my truck so that way I can pull the motor and trans. Last time I left the radiator support and the front grille and everything, but this time I'm pulling it off just so I can pull it all at once. So obviously you can see I got the hood off. It's just a couple of bolts that go in here, 2 on each side. It's very simple. If you have the same kind of truck, this is a 79, or even not even the same kind, but just square bodies in general, it's usually only those 4 bolts. And then I took the battery tray off, which was right here. Had some bolts that go in the side and then through the fender right there that hold it. And then if you look along the side right here, there's bolts that go all the way down. Same on both sides. Remove those. Took my headlight bezels off because they drill into the fenders. I don't want to pull the fenders off. I just want to move this so I can get the motor out. Took my turn signal covers off so that way they're not overlapping. And make that easier. And then same over here. And yeah, so still got some more to do. Just giving a brief overview. And I didn't mention it just a minute ago, but all of these bolts that are in here that go down in there, they look like this. They're 1/2 inch, and the ones that are on the hood, which I set my hood back here. The ones that are on the hood, I always just put them back in hand threads, that way I don't lose them. These are 9/16. So the ones that go here on your hood hinges are 9/16. All these that go around your radiator support, or your core support, whatever you want to call it, are 1/2 inch. There's some down here on the bottom that come up through, so I got to get down underneath and take them out from down there. Disconnect. I think this is a little vacuum pump. I'm not too familiar with it, with all the vacuum stuff. I'm still learning some things, but as you can see, I don't use it anyway. It's got like hornet nest and shit growing in it, but so I disconnected that because that's mounted to here. So basically I'm getting everything disconnected so I can just take this whole thing off right here, and then I'll take my bumper off, so that way that'll just go whoop right out. All right, so another thing I'm doing is I'm removing this piece right here that holds the radiator in. So it's just the radiator cover or whatever. I don't know what it's called, but I don't really care. Removing this piece and removing the shroud, so that way I can pull the radiator out, and then just making it easier to get the front member off. These bolts right here are also 1/2 inch. These right here are 10 millimeter. I don't know why, but I don't know why these are standard, those are metric, but yeah. All right, so I got these bolts out, and like I said, this will just pop right off. So literally just boop, there you go. There's my radiator. I'm gonna set this down. Yeah, so now see, this is all separate. I can pretty much just pick my radiator up and pull it right out. Just disconnect the hoses and then good to go. So got the radiator out. Like I said, it's pretty simple. Just pulled those top pieces off, and then the shroud, it was literally these 2 bolts, and then I just slipped it right off the fan. Got my radiator right here. I got a newer one that I got from Advanced Auto Parts a little while back because my old one's trash. And I just put paper towels in here or whatever rags in there to keep bugs from getting in it. Yeah, I'll show you my old one. I think I still got it over here. Yeah. As you can see, that thing is garbage. But yeah, so I got that off, and now I just got to finish getting the bolts off. Actually, yeah, I think I got a couple more that are down here on the frame that I got to pull off, and once I get that off, I'll just pop this right off. Yeah, so got a couple more bolts I got to take off. They're kind of hard to see, but I got 2 of them that are up here, and those basically attach from here to the fender, obviously, and then same thing on that side. I'm not going to worry about taking these off because I just plan on pulling that whole piece out together. So if I have to, which I'm pretty sure though that part's all just attached to the, which I think I might just have a couple right here, but I think that's all attached together. So if it is, then I'll just pull the whole thing off. It's hard to keep track of all these, but I realized I got some bolts down here too, so I'm gonna have to pop these lights off, because I got to be able to get to this bolt, because that's holding the core to this fender also. So I took the ones out up here, then I got the one that's right tucked in there. Keep finding more and more, but this is my first time doing this, so I guess we'll see what else there is once I get that off. All right, so pulled that piece off, which I have sitting right here. It's literally all it is, and it just goes to where the lens is. But yeah, so these 2 bolts right here are 9/32. I always know that because they're in between 1/4 and 5/16. So these 2 right here, and then the light bulb. So once you pop this off and you get it out, this back piece right here, literally just twist it and it unscrews. Well, I didn't want to take it off, but I'm gonna have to take this part off right here because I can't get to the bolt right there. There's in the way, so I just got to remove this one. Got to remove that one right there, which you can get to right here, and then same on the other side. And then I got these 2 that are underneath here, which are attached to your engine or your hood release. So well, got those out right there and right there, and I realized there's another one down here underneath, so I'm gonna have to reach under there. Same on both sides, and then this piece should just pop right out. I don't believe I have any because it doesn't look like there's any in the middle, so I think it's just those 2 corner pieces. So yeah, I'll just pop those 2 out and then pull that piece off. There, got it loose. So I'm just gonna shove these lights in here just to get them out of the way, make sure I don't hit them on anything, so I don't bust them, because all my lights work. So these out, and then this will just come. There you go. Piece just comes right out. Set that off to the side. So now I just gotta, like I said, I think it's just this bolt, one on the other side, and oh, and then I got, yep, I got this one down here, which I guess I'm probably have to replace these bushings. But yeah, so once I get those off, then it should just come out. This is where it's mounted to the frame, so then this just holds the fenders. These are 1/2 inch, and these I think are 3/4, so I'll have to use a deep well. So I popped the connectors off the back of the headlights. Got to take this grounding wire off, which is for the headlight, and then I think these wires go to my horn. Yep, I go to my horn. So I'll just pop the horns off, and then geez, that's a weird, I'm not sure why that's double grounded like that. It comes out of here, goes out and just loops around and back to ground. I don't know what that's for, but yeah. So I'm gonna disconnect those, and then I'll pull that out, which that one goes to my other horn, so I'll just disconnect that real quick. I'm gonna get a bit. Pretty simple. And then the other one, I think it just, yep, same thing, just pops right off. So those are disconnected. As you can see, it's pretty loose. The only thing that's holding it is these two down here. So pump those off and we'll be good. All right, so I got these two bolts out that hold the, that are attached to the frame, and then the bushings that go in it. Well, I'm gonna have to replace those bushings. They're freaking bad, but yeah, and then I'm gonna clean all this up. But as you can see, it's loose, so I just gotta pull it off. So I pulled the wiring off. I just undid the clips, and then I gotta disconnect these real quick, these hoses, and then once I get that disconnected, the whole thing should just come off. So all right, so I'm gonna pull this off. Look at that. That thing looks pretty. Oh, shit. That's heavy, though. All right, I got to disconnect a few things. So I already loosened these clamps up. So these are my heater hoses that go to the intake into the water pump. I'm going to pop those off. And then I've already disconnected my power steering, which is right here, and then that hose right there went to the back. I'm gonna have to take the motor mounts out, and then I'm bringing the transmission with this. I'm gonna have to disconnect the exhaust pipes down there, and then actually pull the headers off, because it won't. Actually, you know what? I might be able to leave them on there. Yeah, I think I might be able to pull it and leave them on there. Got to disconnect the fuel pump. Got to disconnect the, well, I don't have to I've already disconnected this from the battery. It's the power cable that goes to the starter. But yeah, just got to disconnect all the wires and everything, and then I'll pull it out. And I plan on leaving everything like it is and pulling it, since I got the front radiator support off, so that way I don't have to disassemble a whole bunch. I can just pull it out and then work on it. So I went ahead and took the front bumper off just to make life a little bit easier, because it's not difficult to take off. It's just bolt here, there, and then the ones there. It's real simple. So yeah, obviously I kind of got a jerry rig set up because I don't have like a nice concrete floor or anything like that. But yeah, I'm just got a 1/4-inch steel plate right there and a piece of plywood. So I'm going to lift it up, and then once I get it lifted, I'll put some more wood around here so I can wheel it back a little bit, spin it around, and then mount it on my engine stand, which is where my sweater's at. I'm going to just bring it right up here, so that way it's right in my garage and I can work on it and do my thing. Yep. All right, so I decided I'm pulling the exhaust headers off. And just to show you guys, so I'm doing it so I can replace my piston rings. And look at this spark plug. This plug came off of number 5, cylinder 5. So you can see my piston rings are bad. They're shot. Otherwise, you wouldn't have all that gunk and shit in your cylinders. So yeah, that's the whole reason I'm doing this, and to rebuild and clean some things. So all right, so got my hoist attached, got everything out. I was going to leave these the motor mounts on, but I'm just going to undo the 2 bolts under here. I think they're 5/8 or 9/16, can't remember. Just to make it easier on myself to pull it all out. Already got the linkages disconnected from the transmission. It's just 2 of them, one for the shifter and one for the speedometer, which doesn't even work anyway. And it should just slide right off the drive shaft. So, yep. Oh yeah, I got these loosened, but I just need to pop these off, my heater hoses. So I got one there, and then the other one's here. I'm just gonna pop those off. Yeah, then it should pull out. Another thing I almost forgot about is got to disconnect the starter, because I still have a wire that connects from the starter bundle, which actually runs up to where the ignition is. So I got to disconnect the starter, and then should be all set. Well, got it all pulled out and in my shed. Motor right there. No. Yep, and that's it.